Well, it's graduation time, of course, and among the many area schools awarding degrees this month, Champlain College. 600 received degrees at the Champlain Valley Expo the other day. It was the first commencement for the college's new president, Alex Hernandez. He came to Burlington from the University of Virginia and is a big believer in Champlain's career-focused education. And new reports suggest that emphasis is having a big economic impact around Vermont, to the tune of roughly $500 million annually. Many college graduates from Champlain stay in Vermont, and more than 1,000 have started new businesses here. We asked Hernandez to tell us how that's happened. Alex Hernandez, the new president at Champlain College. Welcome to NBC5.
Thank you.
One graduation under your belt. That must feel good.
Feels great.
The theme of your remarks last weekend before a crowd of happy faces was the importance of maintaining your humanity in a digital world. What do you mean by that?
So we're a career-focused college, and we work really hard to give students the skills they'll need to succeed in a digital world. But what we know is, in a world of technology, what's really going to set students apart is them being human and having those skills to both relate to technology and have technology, help us be better, and to relate with each other, and all these questions around ethics and working together. I mean, all these things become more important in the future, and so we spend a lot of time thinking about that.
Well, in this era of artificial intelligence, is this of particular concern?
I think it's an opportunity to really double down on those things that we know are the most important. As I shared with our students, artificial intelligence doesn't think all day about what it means to be good. Our students think about what it means to be good. And so to the extent that AI or any other technology is going to have a positive impact in society, it's because it's folks like our students who are driving it.
Your 600 new graduates are facing pretty robust job market, aren't they?
Yeah, our career-focused education is really designed to help students launch their lives. So historically, about over 90% of our students are employed within 6 months of graduation, and most of them, vast majority, are employed in fields that they studied. And so, we're excited about their prospects and supporting them in their journey.
The school has released a report summarizing sort of the economic impact Champlain is having on our state. This, when you cover politics as I do, is a major concern in Montpelier about attracting more, a net add of workforce age people to our state. And the numbers that came from Champlain were pretty impressive. I mean, all schools are a net importer of talent, aren't they?
Actually, that's not true. At Champlain College, about 20% of our entering classes are from Vermont. And then in our graduating classes, about 40% stay in Vermont. And we'd like to see that increase to 50%. But our Champlain College graduates are seeing opportunities here, and they're staying in really critical industries like cybersecurity and marketing. And we think that's a really important contribution. It's a core part of our mission. The other part that frankly really got me excited is we discovered that Champlain College alumni have created over 1,000 businesses in the state of Vermont. And when we add up what we're doing at the college and what our alumni are doing, that's equaling about $500 million in impact for the state of Vermont. So it just really highlights what a college like Champlain that's career focused, that really partners with the community, the impact that it can have for its students and for the state of Vermont in general.
Well, tell me a little bit about that career focused approach. I mean, how is Champlain different from a traditional four-year school?
Yeah. So it starts with our upside down curriculum. So the minute you set foot on campus, you start taking a career focused major, cybersecurity, business, design, social innovation. And what that allows, it allows students to get an internship that very first year. So on average, our students have 3 to 5 internships over the course of their career at Champlain. So when we talk about getting students ready, that's our commitment to students ready for work, ready for life, ready to make a difference. It's because over the course of 4 years, they're really trying to advance those skills.
Does that translate into higher than expected retention or those that stay in our state after graduation and launch their careers?
I think we saw from the economic impact study that we're a net importer of talent into the state. And so students are coming from other places, falling in love with Champlain, falling in love with Burlington and Vermont, and choosing to stay to launch their careers. And I think there's even more we can be doing to help support and promote that. We've been really partnering with the community. I recently taught a class down at Hula, the technology accelerator in the South End, to teach entrepreneurship to students. And through that experience, they saw all these incredible things that are happening in Vermont, and companies that started because 2 people had a conversation in line for a sandwich down on Pine Street. And so these are the types of experiences we're trying to create to make Vermont feel like a real place of opportunity for students.
Alex Hernandez, the president of Champlain College, many thanks for your time. Appreciate having you.
Thank you, Stuart. Really appreciate it.